everybody, listen, we're back. But I have a big surprise. I am so ecstatic about the guest that I have on today. When I tell you, you finna get some nuggets, you finna get some wisdom, and you finna get some transparency. But I'm going to let him tell his name and who he is. But I'm gonna tell you something. Hopefully, before we get through with this, he's a cross between Gerald Levert and Luther Vandross. Let him introduce himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Dexter Davis. I am simple man. I serve as music director at the New Song Missionary Baptist Church, and I'm a father of 5, 3 girls and 2 boys, and 2 grandkids, and that's pretty much what my life consists of. Family and taking every day as it comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, y'all hear that long intro. But I promise y'all, this is probably going to be one of the most watched episodes that we have because just sitting here, like he done dropped nuggets already. So, but nevertheless, let us get this party started on today. First question that I have, who are you beyond the singer, the musician?
Oh, wow. That's not a complicated question, but I think with aging and growing, I'm finding out who I am. I really think I am a Christian based on experience and growing up in church, but now that I'm older and I understand what I needed, I didn't get as a Christian, and so I'm very mindful on how I treat people. So I think I'm one of God's kind givers. Reminder that it doesn't cost anything to be kind. I want to spread peace and grace and understanding because a lot of times, even with our personal life and our personal walk, a lot of times we don't give grace and we're not kind to others because it wasn't given to us on our walk.
Oh, wow.
So I try to be mindful of what I say, how I say it.
Okay.
I'm a peace giver.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's one thing that people assume about you that's not true?
You want transparency?
Transparency, unfiltered.
Unfiltered transparency. A lot of people think I'm gay.
Are you serious?
I get it all the time. And I'll be so surprised because they don't know that I was introduced to the anatomy of a woman at an early age, and I've been in love with it ever since. Yeah, I think I got caught doing something I ain't had no business doing in preschool.
Oh, wow.
And I remember my mama coming to the school, and she was like, I don't know where he get that from. He's never seen that. It's almost like, you just know. Now, granted, I was raised by women since childhood, and so I don't mind putting my hand on my chest and my hip at the same time saying, who is that? Right? But it has nothing to do with my sexuality. So
can I ask you this since we're being transparent? Do you think it's because women sometimes throw themselves at you and you don't take the bait? Because a lot of times they would say that about men.
Yeah. I'm slow to move. I've been told, you act like you don't care, and I'm careful because I feel like I got a lot to lose, and if my name get put in a situation that's not valuable for me, it could tarnish who I am. And not that I think I'm perfect or anything, but there are people in faith that don't care about their reputation.
Exactly.
Honey, they don't care. They don't care about their reputation. I care about mine, so I'm very careful on how I move. Now that doesn't mean I ain't been in some inboxes.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm blind and I don't like clean skin and full lips and healthy eyes.
Okay.
I am a man.
Okay.
But as I age, I'm a lot more careful with what I entertain.
That's good.
And I think everybody should be that way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, be careful.
Exactly. And I was telling man, we was joking with this question.
Yeah.
It says, if your life was a soundtrack, what season are you in right now? I told him my season is Mary Mary, where they're saying, I'm walking. That's my soundtrack.
That's your soundtrack?
What is yours?
Ooh. I can't say a soundtrack, but what song comes to mind is Goody Mob and Outkast.
I wasn't ready.
You got to get up, get out, and get something.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Like every day I wake up and I try to gain more than I did the day before. Not just in the money sense and obtaining things in life, but wisdom. I read every day. I try to take a lesson from everything I go through.
Oh, wow.
So I wake up with I really wake up positive every morning.
For real.
People don't believe that. When people ask me how I'm doing, I say, listen, I woke up and I woke up and I've done, they pick at me for being the funeral singer around here. So I've been to several funerals in the past month. And so being around that much death, and I'm inspiring people and bringing families closer together through the music that I do, I'm mindful of that. Like, for the first time in years, I had a cousin that passed away a few weeks ago, and it was crazy to be the person in that seat.
For real.
Yeah. So every other week, I'm supporting a family with getting through what they're going through, and so I wake up on a positive note every day.
That's
you got to
good.
get up, get out, and get something.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That is good.
Yeah.
What is the hardest lesson you feel that you've learned that love has taught you? What's the hardest lesson?
Expectations are overrated.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is I'm learning to I didn't coin this, but I heard it from a podcast and reading a few books that talks about radical acceptance.
Mm.
I know you, but I don't know you. But when I get to know you, I have the choice to accept you.
That's
or if
good,
you ain't
Dexter.
fitting what I got going on, move on.
Mhm.
But I'm learning to take people for who they are. And so I have no expectations. If you would have said, we're not going to do this today, I would have still took my clothes off and laid across my bed with that fan on in my behind, right? Because it's 96 degrees.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been fazed by it. So I don't put myself in a place to be disappointed by anything. Because life happens, things happen, people change. And if you call me and say, we ain't going out now, I'm not going to be like,
Oh, man. Yeah.
none of that. I know
That's
how to
good.
go back in the house, take them same clothes back off and put them back on tomorrow and go do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no expectations of anything. And I know people will say, well, that's not normal.
Mhm.
But I've been the expectation person before. You know what I mean? And it didn't get me anywhere. I was
And
really...
that helps you navigate through life a whole lot better.
It helps you navigate through life a whole lot better. I let them do whatever they want to do. I have no need for
I'm
it.
tell you something. That is so good because I think part of our disappointments are when we allow for a situation that change to affect our emotions.
Yes.
Yeah,
It'll hold
yeah.
you hostage.
Yeah.
Let them.
Say it again. Look at the camera
Let
again.
them. If they don't want to come, let them. If they don't want to go, let them. If they don't want to be a part of the solution, let them. You can't control what people got going on. You just let them. You pastor, right?
Yes.
And you've been given a charge that most of us don't have. But I know there are some things that you realize, like no matter how you say it, how you put it, it doesn't change. And that's because you're still human.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you have to move out the way and let people go off that cliff, let them fall, let them find out for themselves, and let God bring them back. But you have to let people, your children, let them.
And it's so funny, then we're going to get ready to take a break. It's funny you said that because I just told them last week that that's what the season I'm at. I'm not wrestling with y'all. I'm not tangling with y'all. The old me, I'm not that way anymore. You're going to get saved. You want to be saved. You're going to get delivered. Going to be delivered. But guess what? You ain't finna mess up my wig. Let me sweat my perfume out. We're not doing that in this season.
And
Either
that's
you want it or you
growth
don't. Yes.
And you're a pastor, and that's growth in who you are as a person. You have to realize that people are going to do what people want to do.
And it ain't nothing you can do to stop.
Amen.
We'll be right back. this on? I want to talk to you. I want you to come be my guest on the couch. We call this the couch, the chair of unfiltered conversation and healing. But the only way I know to pull you on this couch is for you to email me. And guess what we did? We made it easy. The email link is below here. All you gotta do is copy, paste, and go and email me your story. Wherever it is, I want to hear your testimony. I want to hear what you survived. I want to hear your personal experiences. The word says we are overcome by the word of our testimony. Sit here and let me hear your testimony. If you are a business owner, sponsor us. What better way to get your business in the visibility of 1,000+ followers? I want you to support us while we support you. Come sit on the couch, or come tell me your story, or come give me your business pitch. It's all there. Email below. Now I got to go back to the podcast. Peace. We are back. Y'all, I really didn't want to leave because that segment was getting real good. Because I tell you to sit down and talk to him. Oh my God, he had me in awe every time we have a conversation. But I'm going to shift gears. I want to ask you something, and it's going to make you be real transparent.
Okay, I'm open to it.
Looking back, what role did your own wounds play in your relationships?
Oh.
That was a deep sigh.
Yeah, because I'm learning to accept the things like I've been married before. I have been, and then my second longest relationship. And then, I realized like as I aged that I could have done things different. I was raised by a single mother who found God. And when she found God, her saving grace, I tell people all the time, was my demise.
Oh, wow.
So we had two different experiences. So our relationship suffered a little bit because of religion and not knowing any better, ignorance. And then again, I'm working on some stuff. And so I recently I'm reading this book for a second time that talks about attachment styles. And so I didn't think I had one, but because of my upbringing, I was raised by women. Mm-hmm. One of my girlfriends told me some time ago, she said, I believe you hate women. And that was hard for me because in my mind, I had been serving women since I was a child. Mm-hmm. Like literally, my great aunt raised me for the first 5 years of my life. And then my mother and her sisters raised me because my mom had a nervous breakdown when she was pregnant with me. So my mama couldn't raise me at first. And so then my aunts and everybody helped her raise me. And so most of my lessons came from women. Mm-hmm. Men, when the men came into the picture, it wasn't really helpful at the time because, young boys and preachers and teachers, we didn't have a lot of folks come into the hood to
Exactly.
The neighborhood dope man was probably the only person we could look up to. Wasn't a principal or pastor or anybody. And so when she told me this, it shocked me. And then I got in my thoughts like, dang, do I really come off? And then I realized that maybe I was carrying some of my past into relationships. First woman a man love is his mama. Mm-hmm. And so my mother and I went through a spell that we didn't talk for about 2 years because the church told her that because I wasn't in the church anymore, that she shouldn't even have anything to do with me.
Oh, wow.
And so our relationship was strained. And then one day we had a heart-to-heart and my mama told me her story and I realized like, dang, my mama really went through some stuff. And so even though she told me after the fact, I had went through life a little bit not knowing. So my first wife, that was the biggest learning curve of my life. And my second longest relationship, as I look back over life, was supposed to be a friendship. But because that friendship was so soothing and so good, I fell in love with a friend and I wasted her time. Because she was supposed to be my friend, I was supposed to be her friend, and I didn't know that, but now that I'm older, I knew that. I know that now. So in relationships, in life, I've dealt with some things that make me realize my upbringing, how I was raised. I didn't have the tools to communicate. I made a lot of mistakes.
That's good.
So that's the biggest one.
You just helped a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, it's real.
Whew. Is there someone you owe an apology to, even if you'll never say it?
Probably the 2 longest relationships I've been in. You gotta understand, like,
No, I don't even like that laugh. It's gonna get good.
what I'm about to say is very, 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 very different. I'm a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine told me, you can't be nice to everybody because your niceness is so nice that people sometimes live in a fantasy world and they feel like it's more to it. And so I've had to create apologies out of thin air to people who I didn't know took something else from a conversation we had and made it something more than what it was. Now, the women that I've been in relationships with that I have, of course, my ex-wife, I was a young man coming from a single parent home. I knew what my mama told me. My mama told me what was expected of me, but she didn't tell me what to expect in a relationship. And so I blindly went in thinking I was good. But as I've aged, I realized, boy, she could write a book and I would just agree with it. The second longest relationship, like I said, who I loved dearly, and I probably will always have a place in my heart for because she pulled me out the dungeon of that first marriage. At my lowest, she saw light in me. Matter of fact, it wasn't even about love and sex at first. It was about like, dang, what's wrong with you? Because you're not yourself. You know? You're not acting like yourself. And it turned into, she cared on a day that I felt like nobody cared. And it turned into something that was supposed to be a friendship. And I of course, owe her an apology.
That's good, Dexter.
That's where I'm at now. If I could, knock on her door and tell her, like, both of them. Latasha Taylor and Shanice Level. I would definitely say I'm sorry. I apologize for the time that I wasted experimenting on love and reality between the two of you, not being honest about my dealings and who I am as a man. I practice my craft and who I am on your time. And I pray that one day you can find in your heart to forgive me.
That's good. That's a real man. Look, Vince is like, yes.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. I don't hate them. I don't think they hate me, but a lot of time, women hold time differently than men do. I didn't know that. Y'all be like, it's been 6 months and you ain't said. And I'll be like, 6 months.
But
we don't think about it that way.
I'll be 54 this year.
Really?
I'll be 54 this year. But one of the things that I think I struggle with men is being able to apologize. Accountability is so important to me.
Okay.
Like, it happened, but just acknowledge that you are sorry it happened. So
now, and it's funny you should say that. That you're saying that men don't apologize. You're the first woman I've ever heard say that.
Are you serious?
Up until a few years ago, I've never had a woman to apologize to me for nothing. Not nobody on that who I just said sorry to, maybe one time, but for anything of importance, never apologized.
And that goes a long way.
And so I think that's a learning glitch. If you're not raised that way, that accountability is a real thing. And I tell my children, I tell people I come across, accountability is a real big thing.
Yeah.
It's on me too, because if I wronged you in any way, now hear me out now. If I ain't sorry, I ain't finna create no apology.
Yeah, I get it.
But if I truly made a mistake, God is gonna convict me. I'm gonna feel that thing. I'm not gonna rest, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry. I practice saying I practice apologizing. I'm not sorry about everything because that could become redundant. I apologize. I will say that if I wronged somebody in the wrong, I will apologize. Yeah.
Because I truly, and mine stem to, this is gonna be a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Mine's truly stem from my relationship with my father.
Okay.
Because just as you said, the first woman you loved was your mom. The first man that was supposed to show me love was my father.
Right.
That's a very, very broken relationship.
I got you.
I told them in church on Sunday, I believe, I had never ever, just me, I had never ever felt to tell him Happy Father's Day because I feel like he failed me. All these successes that I've had, I felt like he never showed up. You know what I'm saying? No daddy-daughter dances, no me opening the restaurant. Like, it was always an excuse. But to see him sometime come here for, baby showers, and around the corner from my restaurant where his mom's picture was on my wall. But I finally dug deep inside of me because I'm on trying to find out who I am, who PG is.
Right.
I realized that he failed me as a father, but he never apologized. And that's why I say apology, even in relationships, the damage has been done, but I feel like if it's a sincere apology, you're not going to make the same mistakes again. You get what I'm saying? So when people walk around not acknowledging that, I kind of failed her, I kind of messed that up, and don't apologize, to me, I take it as you don't care about my feelings.
That's a lot to unload.
Unpack. Mm-hmm.
I really think when it gets to that point that, and I don't know how you feel about therapy.
Baby, I love it.
So a lot of my resolve for unanswered questions, and I could write a book on grace. But one day my mother told me, my mother said, Dick, if it wasn't for your father, you wouldn't be alive because I was going to abort you. My dad, after that conversation, didn't have to do anything else for me because I realized that if it wasn't for my father, I wouldn't be alive. So the grace that I give, I gave my mother and my dad is that sometimes their job is to get you here.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell
you this.
And
what you do.
It is so funny you said it. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to jet this. I had a conversation with my cousin. For all these years, I was mad and upset. But I called him for the first time this Father's Day. Because guess what my cousin said? My cousin said, we holding them hostage because they never knew how to be parents.
Right.
So we're mad at people that didn't know what to do.
Right.
And when he said that, that thing lifted up off of me.
And
so,
it goes back past them, It's a lot to it's a lot to unload.
We'll be right back. Okay. We are back. We're back, y'all. Dexter, I'm telling you, to sit with him, he dropped so many nuggets and wisdom. Probably step on some of our toes because some of y'all gonna really, really, really get delivered through this because he's helping us. But I want to jump back in and we want to shift to a family approach. Okay. So if you could have one conversation with a family member without fear or pride, who would it be and what would you say?
It would probably be my dad. So I'm careful how I talk about this because my dad came into my life shortly after my mom passed. I knew what my dad was my whole life, but we hadn't had a relationship. And so the conversation with my mom helped me with the relationship with my dad. But yet and still, though, there's a little boy and little girl in all of us. We sometimes have this need for assurance, need to know I love you. And I'm going to give a very, very real illustration. I did something with my dad one day and I was talking to him and I said something to him looking for this response, and he did like a shrug and was like, and it wasn't from a bad place. It was just my expectations was something else. Then one day, my son had a real candid conversation with me.
Wow.
And he was like, Dad, you know, you ain't never said you proud of me. You ain't never said you this. You ain't never said you that. And in my mind, because of what success looked like for me and what he deemed wanting to be told I was proud of him, it didn't connect. But it was in that moment, a little voice tapped me on my shoulder and said, he feels the same way you feel when your dad don't see you. And my dad probably got a world of things on his shoulder that he's never been able to talk about. So when every generation comes, we talk about mental illness, we talk about anxiety, we talk about depression. Do you know what my mama would have said if I said, Mom, I feel like I'm depressed?
What?
She would have said, you can go wash them dishes with your depressed behind. My dad couldn't talk about depression when that field needed picking. You understand?
That's good, Dexter. That's good.
And so my children can mention anxiety and all these things because I wanted to talk about, you know, I've never really been big on suicide or anything, but it was some times I was like, didn't know that what I was going through was depression. I didn't know that when I chose the Don Julio to numb this feeling in me, it was because I didn't know how to communicate what I was dealing with. And so a real conversation with my dad, I felt like would have changed my life. But then I had to learn that what I am used to communicating, my dad wasn't. And that is where I had to grow up at and appreciate him, because I realized that I tell people all the time, it's important for a son to see what masculinity look like. DNA is so rich and it's so deep that the minute I saw my dad operate, it was like I was reborn again. I knew what I was supposed to walk like, talk like, be like. I saw me.
Yeah.
Right? Now, mind you, I have children that are not mine biologically, and Father's Day, my son thanked me. He said, Dad, the tools you gave me to succeed, I'm going for. Because I gave him the knowledge on, don't nobody care about you if you're not giving anything as a man.
Oh, wow.
People don't want to talk about that, but it's true. If you ain't, it's conditional. Let's put that out there. If you ain't doing nothing as a man, listen, you can come in with 5 children and ain't working, ain't got no sense to work, and somebody still be like, well, she going through a lot. But if that was a young man on your sofa and you walk out the house, I get bothered. You ain't finna sit at my house and sit chill out all day while I'm working, breaking my back. So I gave them the tools they needed to be successful.
That's awesome.
Right? That's me being a father too. And sometimes I had to realize that with parenting, the lesson that I got in the streets came from parents that I received it because it came a different way than it came from my mom. My mom was parenting, but a parent gave me advice. But when you're parenting, you got to do that from a place of, you got to have this in you. When another parent says, oh, I see what you wrestling with, and they give it in a different way. So, to answer your question,
that's good.
That conversation would have been with my dad. Because I think what he would instill in me, nobody else would be able to give me that. They can give me what they gave their children, but it's something about a father passing on that knowledge to you. Yeah.
And I think I think me and Frank was talking about this. There was a difference in a woman raising a man than it is with a man raising them, because there's some things I told him, like, even though I did most of mine by myself through divorce and a whole lot of emotional stuff, but I did what I could do, and sometimes I see where I missed because I couldn't teach him how to be a man.
Right.
So yeah,
that's not a bad thing. My deal is, let me tell you what I do. That I got friends who had both parents. They been homeless, lights been off, water been off. But you know, my mama told me when I was about 13 or 14, if it hurt you that bad, them lights off. Help me pay that bill.
Exactly.
And get what I've been doing since I was 14 years old.
Paying that bill.
I've been paying bills. My water ain't been off. My lights ain't been off. I'm gonna have gas in my car. I'm gonna eat. I done had these man boobs since I was 13 years old. Listen, I'm gonna eat, you gonna eat, we gonna smell good, we gonna bathe good. I got soap, I know how to take care. Somebody said, can you cook? I can cook.
Oh, wow.
They gave me the tools I needed to survive. Women gave me that. But then I got into the real world when it came to me being competitive, when it came to me knowing my place, they couldn't give me that.
Oh, wow.
So I had to see masculinity on a man. I'm grateful for the men that came in my life and gave me some lessons, but they gave it to me as a parent. Your father gives you, pass on that work.
Yeah.
You understand? I tell my son all the time, you can't get it wrong. You getting it wrong because you just ain't figured it out yet. But you got it in your blood. You look good.
And it's been instilled in you.
It's in you. You just gotta find your way to work it. Find your way to deal with it.
That's good.
To move through it. Yeah.
That's good. You're learning a lot, ain't you? You having bits over there.
Yeah. It's life.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so much. What's one cycle you're determined to break? Whether it's generational or...
I'm working towards breaking the cycle of poverty. Now, when I say this, I want to say this in the right way.
Okay.
My mom wasn't rich, but my mama was wealthy. My mama was a walking Bible. I realize now how much knowledge my mom had, right? And she would write in these notebooks, I trust God. I love God. God will make a way. God is going to send me a check. She just believed that. She just believed in God, right? And so I saw that, but I couldn't relate to it because of what we were going through. There were times that, my mama would just be like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord. And I'll be like, what is you thanking God for? Hey, this ain't it, right? And so I realized that
struggle then.
I wanted to be better financially, and even still, I'm working on it, that it may not hit me, but I've been trying to set my children up to live a better life, to break this generational curse of, and not that we've been, I done met people who have had to, from other places, who really was poor. I thought we were poor, but we weren't. We had WIC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people ain't got
WIC, baby. I don't care what nobody say. WIC was
and that
good.
cheese come in that white box from the
baby, that's the best. The government
me.
cheese. That's the best cheese.
My mama made peanut butter cook out that white can and some grilled cheese sandwiches.
The best grilled cheese and the best cereal. I don't care what nobody say.
With some sugar on, and people don't realize it was simple.
Powdered milk, baby.
It
Don't
was
get me
simple
started.
living,
But it was good.
but it gave me the tools I needed to survive. I wanted to do more for my children so that they could live a better life. I tell my daughter all the time, she's working on her master's, she's in college. I said, how important is your retirement to you? Because I know people who are retiring at 40 and 45. I said, you got to get serious about it. I said it don't land the way I want it to, but then I put her in the room with people that get it, and she goes like, Dad, I got it. I just want them to be better than me. I'm toting the keyboard and the amp so they don't have to tote the keyboard and the amp.
That's good.
I want them to live the life they want to live. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I wanna break that we gotta live, check the check and live anywhere. No, I want you to live the life you want to live. I want to put you in front of the people to buy the house you want. Yeah.
All right, that's good. He's saying wrap it up. We'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back. Guess what, guys? Her Truth Unfiltered is starting a new segment called Unfiltered Letters. Do you have a story you need to get out? Do you need advice? Maybe just encouragement or a prayer request? Send your unfiltered letter to Her Truth Unfiltered 1@gmail. And guess what? You may be featured on our podcast. Get those letters in because I am interested in hearing what you have to say and what we can do for you. Again, Her Truth Unfiltered 1@gmail. We're waiting on your story. And remember, all letters remain anonymous. That's it. That's all. Send them letters in. Peace. We back. I want to change my cards around.
Changing the cards around.
Shuffling the deck. Listen,
deeper
y'all.
in trouble.
I'm telling you what.
Getting me deeper in trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to get you in
fine.
trouble. Okay. So, speaking of music, I told Vince I was going to do this. I was like, I don't know if he's going to do it, but I want to do this. Like, you know me. But to me, I don't think you understand you're anointed, but I don't think you understand the anointing in your voice that shifts. It just shifts people. Like, I have literally listened to you on social media when I'm really in a dark place. And it's just something about your voice. Like, your voice soothes.
Oh, thank you.
So with that being said, I'm going to ask you this question and I'm going to ask you to do something else, okay? The question that I have is, does music itself heal you, or does it simply help you express what you're carrying?
That's a very, very good question.
And I know you got a very, very good answer.
Before I understood the responsibility of what I do, it was really more so an outlet.
Okay.
Since I learned to play keyboard, I would set my keyboard up beside the bed, in the kitchen, anywhere in the house. And there was a time that it was just, if I was down, I'd get on the keyboard. If I was sad, I'd get on the keyboard. If I had something going on good, I'd go, ooh, I was on the keyboard. And then life happened.
Mm-hmm.
I became a father, a husband. I became a father first, a husband. And I started using my talent as a means
Oh, wow.
of survival.
Ooh.
And so this is where it get rich at.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
People don't talk about this, but I've had a lot of pimps.
For real?
To pimp out the gift,
Oh,
to
yeah.
use me
that
for,
but
to
that
use
comes
me,
with it, though.
to
Sometimes.
use me for what it was for. And so next thing you know, I was looking for the highest bidder, and I lost my connection to God. I lost my voice.
What?
I've had to have surgery on my vocal cord. People ask me all the time, when you know you done had enough? I said, when the church start messing with the sound system and I'm singing and they turn my mic down, that is God telling me it's time for me to move on.
Wow.
Because when I went through that before, I lost my voice. Nobody called, nobody checked on me. Nobody was like, what can we do for you? Can you do this? Can you do that? I almost didn't even have time to heal because the need was bigger than, their need was bigger than my healing.
Mm.
And so I lost the love I had for it. And I'm getting that love back. A lady stops me every time I see her. And what's funny is a lot of time musicians and singers want to be in these rooms where people are famous.
Mm.
It's a little lady in Hawkinsville that stopped me every time and she say, ooh, Duster.
That's what she call you.
Call me Duster. Ooh, Duster. Ooh, I was healed. I was healed through your ministry. She said, I came in, I was feeling so
Wow.
bad. And you know what? When I see her, I just hug her. I say, thank you. That means more to me than when people try to get me in these rooms with people that I don't fit in with. I'm an only child, so I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned the other side of popularity. I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fit into that, I don't care.
Status quo.
I don't care if I'm driving a Lexus or if I'm driving a Hyundai.
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai. I'm going to have a keyboard and an amp in my car. I'm not above it. And I don't mind going anywhere to do it because I do feel like I have a ministry. So to answer your question, I'm learning to go back to my first love when it's just, I can put the keyboard on the bed and something come to me and I ain't got to share what comes to me with nobody. It's just me and God. I'm getting back to that.
That's personal intimacy.
But I
too.
lost that because of trying to grow to the masses, grow in the masses instead of in God. And so now I ask him to put me in the right place I'm supposed to be in. And a lot of folks pick at me for being the funeral singer. it's been people who have stopped me and said, "Who gave you that song list?" And I said, basically, I prayed before I got here, or prayed last night for this service, and I asked God to give me the songs. And I had folks say, "I know the funeral home paid you, but here." Because there's no way that you just came up with that. Those were all the songs my mom loved. Those were all the songs my father loved.
That's how you know it's God.
I know it's God. And so I'm learning to be okay in what it is that I do. I'm getting back to that love for it.
Okay. This transparency 101, what I'm finna ask you.
Okay.
So you know,
transparency 101.
You know, you go to concerts. And the concerts are so good, like Keith Sweat and all of them, they say the women literally throw their panties on the stage. Okay, so what is the craziest, I wouldn't say proposition, but what is, you know where I'm going. What is the craziest thing that has ever happened after you have done a song? What is the craziest comment or proposition that you have had? Because we know as musician quartets, y'all get it.
What's funny is, and don't get me wrong, I've heard the stories about quartet, but I haven't had much of an issue in quartet, believe it or not. I think it depends on the energy you put out.
Okay.
And so normally when I get through singing, you know, I'm not really walking around.
You gone.
I get in my car and I go home.
That's probably good.
Because I get it.
Yeah.
You understand that? Literally, I know me, and so I don't toy with. I can't go and minister in quartet and preach this gospel and praise, and then I hang around and I partake in everything that everybody. I tell my group all the time, we got people committing suicide, people young and older people,
and I'm telling you,
people going through
it
real
is so
things,
true,
and so they come in to get something. I'm tired of just singing and looking good, and I want to be able to present ministry, but be real about it. Okay. Now, it wasn't strange to me. It was surprising.
What?
A lady told me. She said, I don't know how you're gonna take this. She said, and I feel so bad about saying it. She said, but I can't believe what my body was doing
while you were singing.
While I was singing. And I was singing gospel. I'm talking about deep in worship. I'm talking about people were like, you know, laid out crying, and she said, I get all that, baby. But she said, Lord have mercy. And I just smiled and, you know, went on about my business because I was like, you know, she was very, very, you know, attractive woman. And I'm not, if people be honest, I didn't think no way about it. Because if you really read your Bible,
you're right.
For real, what people try to make it seem like it's just so far out there, we really don't even, nothing is new under the sun.
That's what the word says.
That's just what it is. And I looked at it and I could have danced. I could have danced a total different dance. I could have said, hey, but I didn't do that. Yeah. I did a moonwalk and I backed away. I moonwalked back because I'm human.
Yeah.
I am a man.
Yeah.
I'm not blind. I'm not senseless. You know, her skin was clean. She was very attractive. And she said, my body, let me tell you something. She said, boy, if your hands anything like they is on them kids. I mean, she just told me. Now, I don't get that all the time. But when I do get it, you know, I ain't gonna lie and make it seem like I don't. It feels good to know that somebody see you, you know. But I'm learning that also the anointing will make you a whole lot more attractive.
It does.
Than you really are.
Yeah.
Because now don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm just, you know, ugly or nothing, but I don't have somebody say, you know, you so fine. God, you so fine. And I'll be like, fine for real? She said, you so fine. And I was like, I don't see, and I didn't see the fine. And then a pastor explained to me, she said, Dexter, you are fine. She said, but the anointing that you carry will attract people. And so I had to learn that. But I've got some stuff that was the one that, and I kept that very modest on what she said. She said, Yeah, she said, yeah.
Because one of my members was in the barbershop, man. When she when she told them who her pastor was, the boy said, "Let me tell you something. I can't come to your church." She said, "Why?" She told, "That's the pastor with the Judy." And then he's like, "What the pastor with the Judy?"
That's with the
yeah, he told me I couldn't
Yeah.
look past that. He
Yeah.
said her skin, her out no.
Yeah.
I keep watching her on live.
And it's a blessing
yeah.
and it's a curse.
At the same time.
But let
At
me
the
tell
same
you the
time.
difference is there are some people who play that up.
Oh wow.
And that's why people take advantage of it. But then that you know what you got, you know what your assets are, you know you probably can't do the same thing other folks do.
I know.
Because of what you got. It's a
Yep.
blessing and a curse. And so when you are Christ-centered, you present
good.
word, Christ, and people will respect you. But if everybody's shooting that shot at you, it's because they don't what? Respect you. Because they don't see the God. It's the God in me. They don't see that as what you see it as.
You're right.
And so for that brother to say, yeah, I ain't even gonna play with God like that.
And that's what she said. She said respectful. She said, because he ain't finna come to church. But you
Respectfully.
have some that will come.
Of course.
But I see him a mile away.
And you
I
know it when you
spot
see him.
I spot him a mile
Yeah,
away.
you know you see him. Yeah, I know
And
it.
that's where you know I can't go there. I have to even be careful with conversation with people like that. Because all you got to do is get them an inch. They're going to take
And
a
they're
mile.
gonna take it all. Yeah, I get it.
So how much time I got for we done? Okay. We got to come back because I got something I want him to do. Okay. Y'all, Vince is saying we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
I think I quit playing. We're gonna pray.
You silly.
Oh wow.
You silly. I can't. Oh, we back. Y'all, we back. Listen, I know you was not expecting to do this, but since we're going to probably be seen in front of hundreds and thousands of people,
Oh, what is that? What's coming?
so can you just sing a little bit or something?
Oh my God, really?
Just something.
Just something.
It don't matter. It doesn't have to be traditional gospel. It don't have to. Whatever you want to sing.
Whatever I want to say.
Just a little bit. You gotta do just a little bit. And then I'm gonna ask my next question.
So I'm getting ready for a wedding, and this song is what they requested. And I don't really sing it a whole lot because I'm still learning it. But I'm gonna do a verse because I sing gospel and I sing at weddings, and people get weird about. I don't know how they get weird about love when love is love of God, but they say it's secular music. But the song is there's something that I want to say. But words sometimes get in the way. I just want to show my feelings for you. Ooh, yeah. There's nothing that I'd rather do than spend every moment with you. Girl, you got me so hypnotized. Yeah. That's it.
I love it. I told you, bitch, didn't I?
I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
That's good.
Yeah. You don't put me on the spot. Vince going to get me a makeup person. God, got me nervous in here and stuff. But yeah.
That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
cool.
But see, I love the way, even with that is ministry to me.
It's love. If marriage
Yes.
is honorable in the eyesight of God, why wouldn't we sing? I mean, I can't sing Jesus is real.
Yeah.
I would do it at my wedding, but because I'm a church boy, but I want something that says love.
That's good.
Yeah, I would definitely gotta find balance in the love.
You done made man day. You done made man
Okay.
day. Woo. Ooh, that's good.
All right.
What did healing require for you to let go
Ooh, what did healing require me to let go of? Healing required me to let go of the past. I held my mother, I held my ex-wife, I held other relationships that I had along the way. I held them hostage to what I had created in my mind as bad for me. And so I had to learn to, like my mom, I had to find out when her birthday was, not find out, but break down her birthday. When she had me, how old she was.
Oh, wow.
When I was giving her the worst time of my life. And when I was bad, I was a bad kid sometimes. I had to remember my mom was in her 20s when she had me. So she was 30-something when she was going through the most with me. And now that I meet women who are in their 20s and their 30s, I go like, and they got a little boy, they saying, this boy, you don't know. They grabbing him. They like, this boy. I be like, dang. My mama really was like, was really probably going through something.
It helps you reflect on.
Helped me reflect on what I didn't give grace at. And so now when I talk to young men or older men alike, I go, you will never understand fully because of how you're designed. In our minds, our logic mind say, punch him in the chest, he'll sit down somewhere. Your mind is to say it 10 times, then you get frustrated because you're emotional and you have hormones behind it. I don't have all that. But nobody taught me that I should be understanding of this about them. And so now that I realize that while my ex-wife was fussing about the TV being broke to me, I was like, I'll buy another one. She was like, ah! I'm like, you didn't buy it? Why does it matter?
You didn't get what she was.
It was different for her. So now I have a understanding.
Okay.
Again, Latasha Taylor.
Again, Latasha Taylor.
I'm really sorry for the things I put you through.
That is good.
With my ignorance.
When was the last time you cried and what brought you to that moment?
The last time I cried, I did a funeral. And I'm good at funerals, but of course, every now and then I'll see somebody who didn't take advantage of the opportunity to right the wrongs with their loved one. And at the funeral, I could see the regret on their face. And that regret will eat a hole through your soul because you realize this is final. This is it. There is no coming back from it. I got a friend who get mad at me sometimes. I say, how is it that your mama can make you so mad that you can't talk to her, but you'll give a dude 10 chances? And she'll say, you worry about the wrong thing, right? I say, well, I'm just saying, it don't make no sense to me, right? But I get it. Like sometimes we will have issues that we hadn't gotten over. And so I was grateful that my mom and I rekindled our relationship. And then she passed. Because I thought I was planning a birthday for her. And so when I see that at a funeral, then and I felt so bad because that person was dying. And I know they're gonna have a lot of cold nights coming in the future because they did not take the time to right in those little wrongs. Yeah.
Because there's never gonna be a moment where they don't think and reflect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come back to you. Every time I think about something, I think about my mom and how we wasted time and didn't talk, and it wasn't even that serious. And so when I realize if you matter to me and we have a conversation that goes left, I walk away from it, take a deep breath, and if it's meant to be, I'll come back, and if it goes back together, I'm there. But if it don't, then I move on. I let them. Right? I don't waste time on it now. Yeah. But I do my due diligence to come back to it.
That's awesome.
My due diligence.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad, since you mentioned that I got an opportunity, because me and my mama had unresolved issues for years. And I put my life on hold when she got sick, and I made it my business to kind of like cut everything off and to be there for her. Right. And some of the stuff that she told me on her deathbed, it made me understand that she was young when she had us, and I was the first child. And sometimes she felt like, well, you started me to have, because my mama had children. Yeah. Like, so one of the things she said was ministry. She was like, I never understood how you were gonna do ministry and you're gonna do it on a different platform. And all these years I struggled. She struggled with ministry. Church hurt. Like what they be talking about church hurt, sometimes really ain't church hurt.
Yeah.
But I literally seen her go through church hurt and try to build, and sometimes when she built, it got taken away from her.
I got you.
So she said, you'll be on a whole different magnitude. She said, I sometimes got spiritually jealous because how can God use you? And I never got that opportunity. But I had to remind her that you instilled in me so I could carry the torch. So don't look at it as you didn't get the opportunity because you shifted your mantle on me. So I had to understand that, you know, let go. Life is too short. So I'm glad you said that. I got the opportunity to kind of like have a deep conversation and got a hug, you know, in the process.
To get what you, and we stand on, and I tell people all the time, my mom, I watched my mom and I didn't think let me tell you something. My mom's name was Karen Davis Wade. For the entire duration of my life, the church called my mom Calvin Davis.
What?
Her name was Karen. One day my mama called me Derek. And I said, Mom, why are you calling me Derek? She said, because I want to. And I got mad, and then she called me Derek again, and she paused one day. I said, Mom, my name is Dexter. She said, son, come here. And she said, one day somebody's not going to call you by your name. My mom, everybody thought she was slow, but every now and then she had a moment. She said, sometime I call you Derek because I don't need you to get all flustered when somebody don't know your name. As long as you know your name, that's all that matters. So I've been called Dexter, Dust. A lot of folks don't get Dexter right, but I laugh it off now because my mom prepared me for it. I stand on her shoulders. She would make up songs. I go to certain churches just for that. We do what they call the songs of the Lord, where the service is about making up songs. My mama gave me that.
Oh, wow.
My mama would make up songs. She'd just say, I got something ringing in my ear. She'd just come in the room. Listen, I said, Mom, what are you talking about? But I didn't know that I was going to take those things and they were going to work for me. So,
Wow.
we are, look at it like this. Your mom did the leg work.
Yes.
You saw what it took to succeed.
That's
and
good.
the way you are set up, you're going to make your mistakes. And you don't see your children even following your suit. But in whatever they do, they know my mama did this. I ain't going to do this. My mama did that. I ain't going to do that. So they go through that phase because they're standing on your shoulders. And you're on your mom's shoulders. Your mom had her issues. You got your issue. And you have to learn. Because all these kids, I ain't even get caught up on these kids talking about they got out the mud. I don't even know what that means.
But they don't know what it means.
They ain't never pick okra.
They don't know what it means either.
They ain't never pick okra. Hey, nigga, you ain't pick no
shell peas. They ain't never picked watermelon. They don't know what that is.
Ain't threw no watermelon?
No.
Shoot. They talking about got it out the mud.
They don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is to work 13 weeks the whole summer, and then your mama take your money and buy you some Sergio's. She bought me Sergio's, my boy. The shoe with the bull on the side.
Yeah, I know what Sergio is.
And I wanted them Ken Griffins out of the East Bay. You don't know nobody, but I am who I am.
They ain't never wore Wranglers.
Oh my God.
Bobos.
And Rustlers.
Bobo, Rustlers.
They don't know nobody.
The Bobo, the cloud shoes. Don't let it be raining.
They don't know about that. And now they got all this stuff.
We'll be right back with Rapid Fire.
Get going.
We back. So Rapid Fire is the questions that we kind of shoot at you, and it's got to be first thing off the top of your head. So you don't
I had to think about it.
Clue.
I got to just answer it.
Yeah, you just got to answer.
All right.
Okay, so you
Let's
ready?
go. I'm ready.
Love or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Okay. Loyalty. Okay. Peace or popularity?
Peace.
One word only that describes your childhood.
Wow, I can't even get a word to come to my head that fast. Perplexed.
Perplexed. Okay. One word that describes your healing.
Slow.
Slow. Ooh, that's good. What's something that you've outgrown?
Popularity.
Okay, that's good. What's one habit right now, as of today, you're still trying to break?
Acceptance. Being accepted by. Yeah.
That's
Fitting in.
that's good.
Yeah.
Finish this sentence. The version of me that almost gave up is.
The version of me that almost gave up is healing. Feel. Yeah.
Okay. Finish this sentence. If people only knew this about me.
If people only knew, is there a blank somewhere?
That's the blank. If people only knew, it's something describing yourself. They only knew something about Dexter.
I'm a bigger nerd than most folks think I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I like TED Talks. I like storytelling times. I like to go to events that people come from all over the world come to a stage and people tell stories about their lives. And yeah, storytelling is probably the only reason why I hadn't lost my cool.
Wow.
TED Talk, storytellings. Those are the intimate sellings for poetry, slam nights, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Moth, look up the Moth, MOTH story hour.
Okay, now you're going to make me go and do some research.
And you'll be surprised. TED Talks talk about all the latest topics, whether it be about medical, technology, everything in the world. Yeah.
That was rapid fire. This is the last thing, and then we're going to close it out. But I want you to look at your camera. If you want anybody that viewed this on today to take one thing from this, what would the one thing be that you would want them to take? And it could be a word of advice, a word of encouragement.
I don't even think we even have the time. I just feel like we still didn't even get close to even unpacking like what life is like.
Oh, you coming
for
back
me now.
so.
I would say that the main thing is to not take it personal. Like everybody is dealing with something. One of my friends recently asked me to practice grace. And so when I meet somebody with an attitude or going through something, I don't automatically think it's about me. I try to change my thinking to that person could have almost had a car accident. They may have a child that's sick. And one of those things that really registers with me is that it doesn't cost anything to be kind. And I'd rather date an unsaved kind woman
Oh, that's good.
than a godly bad chick, because characteristics of a kind person is more healing than somebody who claims to know God and every time you talk to them you feel horrible.
Yeah.
So where I'm at now, I'm real big on the kind. The world is crazy. You're more than enough. You got more power in your pinky toe than most people in the world have, but because the enemy is designed to make you question who you are and what you have. Sometimes you have to, I have my moments, it's not much as I used to. People say, what are you doing? What's your regimen in the morning? I don't even look in the mirror. When I get out the shower and brush my teeth, you really can't tell me with these man boobs and all that. I got it going on. That's just how I feel. I like myself. I could have put a suit on today, but I thought to myself, I just want to smell good and feel good. And if you smell good and feel good, you are good. And so you got to know that you are enough.
That is
And if
good.
people around you are making you feel like you're not, those are not your people.
You're around the wrong people.
Change your surroundings. But yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't cost anything to be kind.
That's good. I have enjoyed this.
I've enjoyed
My
it too.
friend.
I'm happy to be here. I thank you for thinking enough of me to invite me.
Yeah,
Means a lot to me.
I had no choice. You got so much in you. I told Vince, I said, you going to love this one.
We
with
gonna pray.
Dexter. Yeah.
Go pray because it's a lot. I gotta.
Listen, if y'all have enjoyed this and y'all want me to bring Dexter back, get in the comments and tell me to bring Dexter back. The song alone should have had y'all like on the top of y'all toes. But
Sweat.
this has been a great Her Truth Unfiltered with my boy Deck. Duster.
Nah, should be.
We love y'all. Stay tuned because we're gonna bring him back. I'm almost certain Vince want to bring him back. Vince done spent more time laughing than he done did anything else. But we love y'all as always. Thank you, Dexter, for coming. We normally say come to the couch, but thank you for coming to the chair.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for not thinking of it as robbery for joining us. And he'll be back. We gotta go. Tell my people peace. Peace.
Peace.